K5LA music blowing for track workers up ahead. What a beautiful day this is. Gorgeous. Wow, when you see this name, it conjures up images of New York Central steam engines, diesel engines, and electric locomotives that used to swap out here over the years. Yeah, it's a beautiful August 31st, 2023, and I'm at this famous location, which used to be called Croton-on-the-Hudson. Then a fellow by the name of Clifford-Harmon bought property here and sold part of it to the New York Central under the condition that he renamed it Harmon, which they did until 1963, and then they renamed it Croton-Harmon, which it is today. It was always a great place to swap engines. Back in the steam days, you had Hudsons, Mohawks, Niagaras, 282s, swapping for S motors, P motors, T motors. Later years, you had E units swapping for mostly P motors. Those are the Cleveland Union Terminal Electrics. And then when they retired those, the FL9s took over. Amtrak painted up some to handle the Empire Service trains to do away with the engine change. And the Metro North trains, well, Metro North started in 1983, and they had a fleet of FL9s that were hauling trains to Poughkeepsie that are painted in a paint scheme similar to the Metro North Heritage 208 in the Beach Ball scheme, which is presently sidelined. But the Conrail unit is running around, and hopefully we'll see it today. But Hudson Line and Metro North is probably one of the most fascinating railroad lines, commuter lines in the country. Well, at 11:48, here's train 854 en route from Poughkeepsie to Grand Central, running a little late.
This is a traffic change. The 11:55 a.m. train to Grand Central Terminal will arrive on track 4. Repeat, this is a traffic change.
Hey, look what's leaving the yard going south, the 208, the Beach Ball engine. So hopefully it and the 201 will be running around today. Well, at 12:13, he's almost 25 minutes late, is Amtrak 280, Niagara Falls, New York to Penn Station, New York. P32 looks like it's run into a lot of insects along the way. Attractive Amtrak heritage paint scheme for the Empire Service. Well, arriving on track 4 at 12:32 is train 725 from Grand Central to Croton-Harmon with M3s. Arriving Grand Central Poughkeepsie at 12:37 with New Haven Penn Central Herald on it. Aye. With the cursed Penn Central logo on it. Conductor Paul's got M3s on 758 to Grand Central.
And on what line? The Hudson Line. You don't get rail fanning better than this.
No, not at all.
And we got Hornsey riding with us today.
And I'm wearing Irish green for the Hudson Line.
Turn it on yourself. Let them see it. They have to see it.
Oh no, they've seen it on my stand-up.
Oh,
so.
They did. Oh, okay.
But anyway.
Yes, sirree.
So what's going on with the heritage units? I saw the 208 before.
Well, by miracle, she's running.
Like the Yorktown, yeah.
And 201's lurking around out here too.
Right here.
So we're doing all right so far. I don't know if this is wood, but we're gonna knock on it.
All right. Good.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Just got off 758 at Scarborough. Gonna hang out here for a little while. Well, here I am down the line a little ways at Scarborough, probably the prettiest, most scenic station on the Hudson Line south of Croton-Harmon. As you can see, it's a gorgeous day. I'm wearing green today to match the colors of the Hudson Line. Gonna catch some trains on the Hudson Line today. It's too beautiful a day to just stay in the house. I had to get out. Humidity is down. It's something that makes me very happy. And see what we can get on this line with Amtrak and Metro North. And hopefully we get the 201 and the 208 today. 121 arriving is train 729, local from Grand Central Terminal to Croton-Harmon. 829 from Grand Central to Poughkeepsie with a New Haven engine, shouldn't be too far behind. 227, that was Amtrak 240 from Albany Rensselaer to Penn Station, catching me by surprise. It's a blind curve north of here. Oh, here comes 829 Grand Central Poughkeepsie with a New Haven Heritage unit. I've seen quite a few of them already today. I hope I see more Heritage units than that. I should see the 208 coming back, and the 201 is up in Croton-Harmon. He may be going down later. Well, approaching at 132 is 760. Croton-Harmon to Grand Central. He doesn't stop here. Here's the old 1899 built Scarborough station. This area is known as Briarcliff Manor. Oh, here comes 862 Poughkeepsie Grand Central at 154. Hoping for a Heritage Festival on this line today. There were 3 New Haven painted units running around before. Well, 156, here comes Amtrak 238, Albany Rensselaer to Penn Station, New York. What a beautiful spot and a gorgeous day. Wow. Well, at 2 o'clock, departing the Scarborough station, heading for Grand Central is 762. Can't really do much about the wind, folks, but I'm grateful for the blue skies. .202, that was 4833, Grand Central to Poughkeepsie. 222 as the sun glimmers off the river. We got 733 coming in and right from Grand Central to Croton-Harmon.
Next to arrive on track 3 is the 2:19 p.m. train to Croton-Harmon, making stops at Austin and Croton-Harmon.
Gotta admit, I love that blue zebra stripe design on the front of those M7s. Well, approaching Poughkeepsie, man, at 227 is 833. Just another ordinary Metro North painted P32, but I'm hoping for bigger and better things later in the day. Well, 231, here comes a train that's going to see a lot of New York State. 283, Penn Station to Niagara Falls. Should see his counterpart fairly soon, 284. Well, here's 762, Croton-Harmon to Grand Central. Croton-Harmon locals generally run every half hour, but some stations are served only hourly. This is 4735, Grand Central to Croton-Harmon. 866 from Poughkeepsie to Grand Central should be flying by any minute now. Here comes 866. Niagara Falls to New York. Time is 2:57. He's going to meet 291, the Ethan Allen Express from Penn Station to Burlington, Vermont. Here he comes. Train until last fall used to only go as far as Rutland, Vermont. Now it goes all the way to Burlington. All right, wind is kicking up at 3 o'clock. Here's 4835, Grand Central to Poughkeepsie. Here comes equipment from Harmon to Grand Central with something special on the back. Hopefully he'll be coming back up later on something. Conrail Heritage. Well, 737 is arriving at 324 en route from Grand Central to Croton-Harmon. And shortly we should have 837 from Grand Central to Poughkeepsie with the Tommy gun engineer. He doesn't like to do horn shows, but he promised me some other kind of entertainment. Let's see what he's talking about. All right, here he comes at 3:28, 837, Grand Central Poughkeepsie, Tommy gun. He loaded the engine, a little cloud of smoke came out. Starting to run a lot of equipment trains in now at 346. And at 352, approaching a 739 from Grand Central to Harmon, local, with Bud M3s. Should have 870 passing by soon after. Poughkeepsie Grand Central with New Haven painted number 230. Comes 870 at 353. Wind is really kicking up. Slamming by northbound is 235, Penn Station, Albany, Rensselaer. Well, I moved further down the line to a legendary place, Tarrytown, New York. Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Hopefully I'll just see trains and no headless horsemen. That might be a little too much to bear. Well, Tarrytown is an important stop on the Hudson Line. Most trains stop here except the rush hour Poughkeepsie Expresses. They fly through here and I hope to see many of them. Hopefully, among them will be the 201 and the 208 Heritage units. They're in the New York area right now. I chose this town. It's not quite near the Hudson, but it has good express service back to Grand Central. And 4:15, that was Amtrak 49, the Lakeshore Limited, New York to Chicago. Caught me by surprise. Here comes 741, the Croton-Harmon, arriving at 4:18. The Tarrytown Depot, which I believe was built in the early 20th century, is now a coffee house. Well, approaching at speed at 425 is 841, Grand Central to Poughkeepsie. First stop, Croton-Harmon after Harlem 125. This guy's booking. approaching Tarrytown 437, 772. Croton-Harmon to Grand Central local with M3s. Now we're looking south from the platform at CP 25. And right there is the span of the new Tappan Zee Bridge. Well, approaching Tarrytown at 4:51 is train 843, Grand Central to Poughkeepsie. His next stop will be Croton-Harmon. Right behind him is 745 from Grand Central to Croton-Harmon. We got Amtrak coming north with 747 right behind them. .747 for Croton-Harmon right on his heels, 5:10. So here comes 874 arriving, 5:17, it's about 17 minutes late. You'll have a New Haven engine on the rear, 2:30 I believe. can hear the horn of 774 coming in from Croton-Harmon to Grand Central. Comes 290 from Burlington, Vermont to Penn Station at 5:23. Not a good show, one show for a young man here. Well, at 5:26, approaching is 8:47, Grand Central to Poughkeepsie with the Conrail Heritage Unit, number 201. Glistens. Well, 876 is arriving at 5:34, Poughkeepsie Grand Central. Listen to that brake valve. Well, pulling out is 876 as we watch him fade away over CP25 and under the Tappan Zee Bridge eastern approach. I'll take the next express back to Grand Central, but before that, I'll see train 851 from Grand Central to Beacon with the 208 Beach Ball engine. That way I would have seen both heritage units twice today. Well, here comes 849, Grand Central Poughkeepsie. He goes non-stop from Harlem 125 to Beacon 542. And train 753 for Croton-Harmon is arriving at 5:46. I can see it from here. 551 approaching is train 851 en route from Grand Central to Beacon with the Beach Ball Heritage Unit number 208. This was the first paint scheme that Metro North adopted way back when. Ghost Engineer runs this train most weekdays, but he's off today. Great day on Metro North's Hudson Line. Got both heritage units twice.
On the platforms and waiting areas at Metro North Station.
Central on 878, and look what's coming. Passing under Spite and Ivel. Notice that Penn Central logo on the cab. Hey, look, Ma, no sunglasses. Well, I'm back in Grand Central Terminal. Grand Central Terminal. Don't call it anything else. Had a lovely day on Metro North today on the Hudson Line. Went up on 821 this morning and hung out in Croton-Harmon. I knew the 201 was up there, the Heritage Unit, sitting in the yard somewhere, but I couldn't find it. And while I was waiting on the platform, I saw the 208 shoving a consist out of the yard. So I grabbed that. And then I was fortunate enough to run into Conductor Paul on the, or PA Paul, on train 758 with M3s no less. But I rode it only down as far as Scarborough because I wanted to hang out there. It's a beautiful spot. Saw a lot of great stuff. Saw the 201 shoving an equipment train into Grand Central there. Plus the usual smattering of MUs, M3s, M7s, Amtrak, and Poughkeepsie trains. Then they headed on down to Tarrytown in hopes of catching the 201 and the 208, pulling some rush hour trains through, because I knew they were in Grand Central somewhere. And I lucked out. I got both of those things. And Tarrytown was a good spot to go because I could catch the expresses to Grand Central, and I rode in on 878. So just had a wonderful time on the Hudson Line. Got to see the two Heritage Units twice each, and gorgeous day to be up on the Hudson Line. And had a lot of fun. Just keep going, doing this kind of stuff as long as God will allow me to, which I hope will be for a long time to come.